thing is, you can have a think and tell me what you know about the IELTS exam.
Well, it stands for people who come from other countries and want to work in the UK.
Mm-hmm. And not just the UK. Some countries, IELTS you have to do if you want to go to pass the foundation year of university. So, and it's recognized in many countries, even countries where English is not the first language. So, what does IELTS stand for? Any ideas?
I don't know what does it mean.
No, it's the, let me get this right, International English Language Testing System. What an exciting title it has, hey? Have any of you taken the exam before?
No.
No. Oh, you're in for a treat. How many parts are there to the exam? Do you know?
4.
Yeah, and what are they?
Listening, writing. There's a text where we have to interpret it, and I don't know more.
Yeah, so there's reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And each part has its own challenges, but hopefully by the end of this course, we'll have gone through all the different parts, all the different types of questions, and given you the tips and strategies that you can use to do well in the exam. Okay, so how many parts are there to the speaking test? And how long is it? Okay, so there's 3 parts to the speaking test, and it's between 11 and 14 minutes. So the examiner will make sure you get to 11 minutes, but it doesn't make any difference whether you're 11 minutes or 14, okay? So if you come out and you think, oh, I was only 11 minutes and my friend was 14 minutes, oh no, it doesn't make any difference, okay? So as long as you're between the 11 and 14 minutes, which is the examiner's role to get you up to the 11 minutes. Okay, so how long are the other papers and how many questions are there in each one? Well, there are 40 questions in the reading paper, and you have an hour to do the reading paper. And that might not seem like a lot of time, but once we've gone through everything you need to know, you'll be able to manage your time perfectly, and it won't seem so bad. The listening, there's 40 questions, and it's about half an hour, and then the writing, there's 2 questions, okay, and that's an hour. So normally for the writing, you'd spend about 20 minutes on question 1 and about 40 minutes on question 2. So how are the scores for IELTS recorded? Well, you get a band score with 9 being the highest and 0 being the lowest. And do you know what score you need to get in the exam?
Yeah, we need 7.
7. A 7 in all parts of the exam or a 7 overall? Because
all parts, but sometimes if you get 6, 6.5 in another one, you have an 8. Maybe it has the, I don't know how to say it in English. Like
yeah, you're right. So what happens is you get a score for each part, a score for the listening, a score for the reading, a score for the writing, and which one have I missed? Speaking? A score for the speaking out of 9. And then overall, you get an average of what the bands are. So if you got 8, 6, 8, 6, then your average would be 7. Okay? So the academic and general, basically there's 2 IELTS exams. One is for academic purposes and one is for general. But this is changing a little bit now as they introduce things. But basically how it worked was academic was more for people going to study or take on certain jobs in a country, and general was more for immigration. But it is changing a bit. So what do you receive after the test? Well, you receive your scores and certificates, so that's exciting. But do you know how long the IELTS score is valid?
I don't know.
Well, it's for 2 years. So if you take the test, then the score is lasts for 2 years, and then you would need to do the test again if you wanted to go to another country, for example. Okay. So I've broken it down. So the listening section, there's 4 parts, and as we said, 30 minutes. Now, then the academic reading and academic writing, or the general reading and the general writing, basically they have different texts. So in the academic, you have to write in task 1, academic writing, you have to write a report and then an essay. But with the general, it's a letter and an essay. So they're very, very similar, but we're going to be looking at the academic side because that's what you're looking at. And then we've got the speaking. So that's how the test works.